Are you thinking anything at this moment? Then, this is the time to learn about our brain. There are many different organs in our body. But what is the most important element? It is our brain. It is this brain that dictates what we should do. In this video, you will learn about how the brain works and what are the parts it contains. Brain tissue contains about 100 billion nerve cells and 1 trillion subnerve cells. This brain receives input from what we see, hearing sound, and touching the skin, and gives us the output of how we should act. The average brain weight is 1.5 kilograms. Brain share is 2% of our total body weight. Of that 2%, cerebrums are 85% share weight. The brain is divided into three main parts. They are cerebrum, brainstem, and cerebellum. First, let's talk about cerebral palsy. The cerebral cortex is divided into two parts, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. That is, we divide our body properly, and half of it controls one part of the brain, another half is another half of the brain. These two vertebrae are bound by thin veins called the corpus callosum. Another important one is that the right hemisphere controls the left body, and the left hemisphere controls the right body. For example, if the left hemisphere is affected with paralysis, the right body organs will be deactivated. That is, if the right hemisphere is affected with paralysis, the left body's organs will be deactivated. This is why some of the common side effects of stroke can be affected. The jobs of this brain include speech, hearing, thinking, and activity. Each half of the hemisphere has a specific function. The right brain is used for speech, object-oriented thinking, and the left brain is for imagination and spatial thinking. Brainstem, in this respect, the brainstem acts as a communication medium between cerebellum, cerebrum, and the spinal cord. The job of the spinal cord is to get input from all the organs, and pass it on to a part of the brain. The brainstem also controls the eyes, the facial expressions, and the main functions of breathing, blood pressure, and heart rate. Cerebellum. The cerebellum receives input from the rest of our organs through the spinal cord and then regulates the movement of the organs as appropriate. For example, a robot-mounted motor controls the speed at which the arm should act. These commands are controlled by the programmed chip. This is how the cerebellum works. Our brains that do so much work need constant blood flow. It is through this blood that our brain gets continuous glucose, oxygen, and other nutrition. There are three main parts of the brain that provide continuous blood flow. These are all called arteries. The blood supplies from the anterior arteries to the anterior cerebral area, the medial arteries to the medial cerebral area, and the posterior arteries to the posterior cerebral area. I hope that you have learned something new today. Are you interested in watching these types of videos? Then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you!